a grateful sales director from the Lisa Madson area. I am so honored to be your MC for this event. Thank you so much for choosing to be here today to honor a woman whose legacy has shaped our careers and our hearts and our lives forever. Today is about celebrating Lisa Madson, her impact, her leadership, and the standards she has set for each of us. She is so grateful, and we are so grateful you made the time to be in this room for this moment today. It is not just a retirement celebration, it is truly a legacy celebration. So today we will hear from some powerful voices, a few top sales directors from the Madson area, several national sales directors, both active and emeriti, and we'll be inspired by stories that reflect the ripple effect of Lisa's leadership. We'll also have the honor of hearing from Lisa's family, who has so graciously shared her with all of us for so many years. And of course, we will culminate with Lisa herself. One quick housekeeping note, we are on a very tight schedule today. And anyone who has ever received any form of written communication from Lisa knows that the agenda I received for today was in all caps, okay? If you know, you know, right? That means two things, though. It means that every single moment of today has been very thoughtfully planned out. And it also means that my job is to keep us on track today. So settle in, open your hearts, and get ready to celebrate excellence, endurance, and a legacy that will long outlive this moment. Let's begin with a quick prayer from Lisa's first-line sales director, Diane Cole.
Father, we thank you for your travel mercies to get everyone here. And we pray a hedge of protection on our families back home. Lord, we come before you with open hearts. As we hear the anointing on our speakers today, may we reach up boldly and grab those promptings from you that will pour out on all of us. May we truly believe if she can, we can. Lord, we thank you for Lisa and Dan Madson. When you said you could do exceedingly abundantly more than we could hope for or imagine, you certainly did it through Lisa with Dan beside her. We praise you for them and the legacy that we get to walk in, all to your glory. Dan and Lisa, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you and give you peace. Amen.
Before we hear from any of our speakers today, I want us to see something together for a moment. Lisa's legacy cannot be captured in a title or a statistic or even a list of lifetime achievements, which I promise you she has. Her true legacy is, and it always has been, people. And we are surrounded by that today. So let's take a look at something together, shall we? If you are a first-line sales director to Lisa, someone who she personally welcomed, trained, mentored, poured into, I invite you to please stand. These are the leaders who were shaped by Lisa's vision, her standards, and her unwavering belief in what was possible with this opportunity. Ladies, will you please remain standing? First-line sales directors, remain standing. Now, if you are a second-line sales director in Lisa's area, please stand now as well. What you're seeing now is momentum. Leadership being multiplied, values passed down, excellence modeled and repeated. If you are a third-line sales director connected with Lisa's area, please stand. At this point, what we're witnessing is more than just leadership, it's real impact. Generations of women influenced by one woman's consistency, her courage, and her commitment to doing things the right way, the Mary Kay way. Now, if you're part of Lisa's national area, fourth line, fifth line, and beyond, leaders of every level, please stand. And if you are part of the Supanco national area, Lisa's offspring area, please stand. This is not accidental. It is not random or by chance. This is decades of intentional leadership, deep relationships, and profound belief that people matter. But let's take it further. If you are in this room today and have at any point in your journey been touched by Lisa, inspired by her example, like those are the NSCs over there laughing at that, encouraged by her words, mentored directly or indirectly by her leadership, impacted by the culture she has helped to build, if Lisa Madson has ever at all influenced your life or your career in any way, will you please stand? This is the distance your legacy stretches. This is the ripple effect of a life lived in service, in excellence, and in leadership. And what you see right here in this room is proof that what you build will continue. In conversations yet to be had, in leaders yet to rise, and in lives forever, forever changed because you said yes, again and again. That is legacy. Thank you. All right, next, I would like to invite the top 5 first-line sales directors from Lisa Madson's area year to date to the stage to share a few words. Come on up, ladies. Number 5, Ellen Johnson. Number 4, Carrie Johnson. Number 3, Becky Rogers. Number 2, Amy Hannibal. And number 1, Sharon Duquay.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for being here today. The moment has finally arrived, can you believe it? I'm Ellen Johnson from Afton, Minnesota, and I've been with Miss Lisa for 35 years. I think I'm one of the longest around here, hanging out with you. Lisa found me at a meeting in La Crosse, Wisconsin that I was attending with Christy LaRue, who was in the process of earning her first career car. Christy went on to earn that career car and become Lisa's second sales director, and I soon followed as her second line director. And then if you know the story, we lost that beautiful Christy LaRue to cancer. So then I moved into that first line position. So here we are 35 years later. I have a sign in my office that says, live a great story. And if that story were to have a sponsor, it would absolutely say, sponsored by Lisa Madson at the bottom of that. The past 35 years have definitely been just that, such a great adventure and a great story. And I know we all have a Lisa story. I know many of you are going to share your Lisa stories today. Some are probably inspiring, emotional, and some are probably slightly incriminating. Lisa would come to the La Crosse area way back in the day. And she would drive 2.5 hours one way to do our sales meeting. And my story is about being a newer consultant in her national area. You know, she would always drive up, and she's a great storyteller, right? So she's telling about her trips and her travel and her family. And one week, she was telling this very glamorous story about her first top sales director trip to Hawaii. And she goes on to say that her and Dan were standing on their deck overlooking the most breathtaking scenery, of course, that you can imagine. And Dan says something sweet and thanks her for creating this incredible experience. Of course, Lisa's flying high, you know, living in the moment, feeling all the success, all the love. And as she turns to go in to get ready for dinner, bam, she walks right in to the sliding glass door. Not only, it wasn't a little bump, it was not only just, you know, face paint, but she said she left ginormous lip prints. Can you visualize it? I mean, it still makes me laugh today, you know, please take whatever. Anyway, that moment in time, I think was the day that I looked at her and thought, that's my person. I'm going to follow her. This is great, because if this is the success stories that we are telling, I want in on this. So anyway, here we are 35 years later, still telling these awesome stories. You know, over the years, Lisa has taught us how to build a business, lead teams, believe in ourselves. She's taken us to places we never imagined we'd go, either personally or professionally. She's cheered us on, and you know she's challenged us. And on occasion, she's made us laugh so hard we forgot what the meeting was and what we were supposed to be doing. Thank you, Lisa, for these 35 years of adventures, all the stories. You have proven that leadership can be powerful, successful, and wildly fun and silly and human. And, of course, thank you for your fierce friendship. We are so excited for this next story.
All right. Hello, I'm Carrie Johnson from Jefferson, Wisconsin, and I've been with Lisa for 21 years. I wasn't originally in Lisa's first line, as people are in Mary Kay for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and my senior chose to only be in for a season. So thank you, Lisa, for always calling me your gift. The truth is, you are the gift to me and so many others. G is for grateful. I'm so grateful for your leadership, your mentorship, and most of all, your belief in me. You saw potential before I could see it myself. You led this tomboy who didn't wear makeup, who was scared of her own shadow, and couldn't even order her own McDonald's, to a very confident mom and sales director. I is for invite. Thank you for inviting me to opportunities, to conversations, and especially for inviting me to come to your church. That invitation didn't just change a Sunday, it changed my life eternally. You cared enough to share what mattered most to you, and that gift has had an impact far beyond my business. F is for family. My why has always been my family, and you've always honored that. No matter how busy you were, every time we talked, you asked about my family. You reminded me that success means nothing if we lose sight of what matters most. Thank you for modeling that so beautifully. T is for thankful. Thank you doesn't even feel like enough for the legacy that you leave behind. Thank you for the lives you've touched, the leader you have raised, and the example you've set. As you relaunch, know that your impact continues through me and through all of us who are better because of you. You will always be a gift in my life. I know this is not goodbye forever. It's just for this chapter because you have now committed yourself to me as your health and fitness DLG coach. So we will be living our best life together forever.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Becky Rogers, and I've had the honor and privilege of working with Lisa Madson for the last 21 years of my life. If I could sum up the biggest impact that she had on me, and if I could take that and teach all of you how to be the best directors and the best nationals, this is my message. When I think about our journey together, late night boxers, month-end tears, Mary Kay events, phone calls, mountains, valleys, and all of the life in between, I don't just think about the moments. I think about the kind of leader that she chose to be. Week after week, especially mentoring me as a sales director these past 15 years. She led with guidance, with gratitude. She led with friendship and laughter, with real mom moments and real life skills. Lisa believes in the perfect 10, not as pressure, but as possibility. She taught us that humor belongs with leadership, sarcasm and laughter, and real life conversations because joy builds the trust. But the biggest impact she had on me wasn't in all those fun memories, it was in the hard moments. She met me in my fears, and she stayed when I was frustrated. She believed in me before I could believe in myself. She didn't rush me, she didn't try to fix me. She stayed until my tears turned into confidence and my uncertainties turned into assurance. So, if I could pass on what she taught me about being the very best sales director that I could be, it would be this. Lead with your heart first. See people before you see their performance. Create spaces where women feel safe enough to grow and brave enough to try and loved enough to stay. Believe in them before they believe in themselves. Because Lisa, you didn't just build a team. You built women. You are all proof of that. And long after this meeting ends, and the titles change and all the Zoom calls go quiet, the greatest part of your legacy is not what you did, it's who we became because of you. And everything I pass on to the women behind me will have your fingerprints on it. And that doesn't matter if you're retiring, because that is forever. So thank you and congratulations.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming and honoring my Senior National Sales Director Emeriti, mentor and friend, Lisa Madson, and her family today. My name is Amy Hannafel, and I've had the honor to be mentored by Lisa for 25 years. Lisa, today we honor your retirement, but what we are really honoring is a lifetime of leadership that changed thousands of lives, including mine. So many people here know you as a visionary, a woman of bold faith, a big thinker, a big believer, and someone that can tell a story that makes people cry and laugh. You taught us how to see what was possible long before it felt possible. You taught us how to lead with courage and to build something that would outlast us. When you have shared your story with an audience, Lisa, over the years, you always wanted people to know how caring and personal this company is, how they cared and checked in on you when Kyle was hospitalized. But today, I want everyone here to know the heart behind your leadership. In 2009, when my husband passed away suddenly and my world collapsed, I made several phone calls that day trying to make sense of something that couldn't be made sense of. And Lisa was my third phone call. You didn't try to fix the moment. You simply said, let's pray. And in the middle of the worst day of my life, you prayed with me. You listened to me. You reminded me of what I should focus on, my faith and my family, and then you stepped in with my directors and unit to support me. I will be forever grateful for that time. Not only that, but Dan and the Madson family welcomed me into their home. Not to give advice, but to give comfort. You all created a safe place for me to grieve, to breathe, and to share stories. Lisa and Dan also flew home early from a football game to the funeral to be there with me. Lisa, you were the one that would always play my song back to me when I felt lost. You reminded me who I was and my vision. You even got me to go to leadership 2 weeks after that. No one else but Lisa. That is who you are, and that is one of the stories I wanted others to hear about you today. You don't just build leaders, you restore them. You don't just cast vision, you bring the people back to theirs. Lisa, you didn't just teach me how to run a business. You showed me how to walk through heartbreak with faith, how to keep dreaming when life hurts, and how to lead from a place of love. So as we celebrate your retirement today, know this. Your legacy is not just in titles or achievements. It lives in the people you lifted when they were broken, the dreams you reignited, and the hope you restored. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for 25 years of leadership, faith, friendship, and love. We are better because of you, and that will never retire. Thank you for shaping who I am today. I carry your lessons and legacy with me always. This isn't goodbye, it's thank you.
Okay. My name is Shannon DeGuay. I'm from Napa Valley, California. So most of you that know me know that I studied abroad in Australia, where I met my best friends, Rachel and Amy. About a year later, when we were all back home, Rachel in Wisconsin, Amy in Santa Barbara, and me in California, one weekend Rachel invited us to LA because her mom Lisa was speaking at a Mary Kay event. We drove down from college and spent that weekend with Dan and Lisa, staying in their penthouse, going to dueling piano bars, and having a blast with the Madsons. Needless to say, we didn't want to leave. A few years later, Rachel was shopping for her wedding dress in San Francisco. And Dan and Lisa flew out to help her. They picked me up that day to go wine tasting. and that day changed my life. Thankfully, late husband, Thea Elvin's late husband, Lyle, waited for me that day. That's for another story for another day. But I didn't know anyone. I had just moved to Napa. I didn't even really know what I would be doing. I hadn't even tried the product yet. My skin was a mess. The only time I really did try anything was in Rachel and Amy's bathroom, some soothing eye gel, or in the shower, some body wash. I would have loved a Mary Kay facial, but they were undercover Mary Kay girls, so I didn't want to get one. I probably would have looked better then too, but I waited, but I trusted them. And what I loved most about Dan and Lisa is they were real. I'll never forget the time that we flew out to KCMO because we wanted to help Amy with her business, and Lisa did a guest event, and we stayed in Amy's tiny apartment, and Dan and Lisa slept on an air mattress. We had the time of our lives. Needless to say, we did not want to leave that weekend. We went to fancy dinners and just laughed till we cried. Over 15 years in my Mary Kay business, we've had countless times in Destin, Florida, Puerto Vallarta, trips, and so many incredible memories we have made. We've had dinners together, late night talks, laughter, tears, dancing, and so much life shared. They are definitely my Mary Kay parents. You hear about Mary Kay being faith first, family second, career third, but they live that way, and we watched and we learned. And because of them, not only is my life different, my husband Joel's life is different. My children, Olivia and Carson's lives are different. So as you retire today, Lisa, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for believing in me to believe before I believed in myself. Thank you for loving me, even my free spirit, freedom and choice, fly by the seat of my pants personality. Thank you for helping shape the woman standing on this stage today. Words can't express how grateful I am for you, for everything that you and your family have done for me over the years. Your friendship and mentorship and love and support and belief mean the world.
We get to hear from Lisa Madson's best friend. They met as Red Jackets, I believe, and adoptee sales director Nancy Castro.
Lisa and I met 39 years ago as Red Jackets at a retreat that I qualified for solely because the resort was gorgeous. If I learned anything, it was icing on the cake. I wasn't all in. The icing on the cake, as you can guess, was meeting my best friend. Our directors introduced us because they thought we would get along well, and we did. Shortly after that, we introduced our husbands, who became best friends. If we counted the number of hours that they hung together with our kids while we were at Leadership and Career Conference, the number of backgammon games they played, and my Lord, the number of holes of golf that they played all around the world, it would be in the millions. We grew our families together on vacations and weekends. They helped raise our children. Rachel had a daughter, one of my daughters, on each of her hips at all times. They adored you. Our girls followed the boys around and did whatever they asked. We would hear Navy SEALs in the backyard. Drop and do 50. Faster. 3 laps around the house. They indulged our girls as well, though. I looked out one day and Jonathan was giving Jill a ride in the fertilizer wagon. Julie Bean wanted a ride. That's all he had. There she sat in a pile of toxic seed having the time of her life. Dan and Kevin had so much fun together. Dan, thank you. When Kevin had his horrific bike accident and he was grumpy, depressed, and in pain, Dan called almost every day just to talk. Thank you. But Lisa saved my life more than once and in more than one way. After I had my first daughter and my first offspring, within a couple of months each other, my unit size dropped to 17. My fault. So I was depressed, postpartum, the whole thing. So what do? You call your friend. I went to the phone on the wall. I opened a brand new box of Kleenex. We will cry. I went on and on and on, dead silence. She's so choked up, she can't speak. Nancy, you have retired the bestseller and recruiter in your unit. Dust off your beauty cases and get back out the door. Click. A good friend will do that. I was ready to quit. She saved my life. A couple of years later, she noticed a funny mole on my chest and said, "You should have that looked at." I said, "It's fine." For 6 months, Have you made an appointment? Me. You're a hypochondriac, which is what we called it before we knew about safety and security. I went to the doctor and I said, my friend made me come. He said it was probably nothing. When he called back to tell me that I had stage 3 malignant melanoma, he said, your friend probably saved your life. And I said, you have no idea. Well, I wanted to share some personal stories. I am but a drop in an ocean of women whose lives have been impacted and made for the better. Because we knew you, we reached goals we never would have set. Because we knew you, we are wiser, kinder, braver, and stronger. If you've seen the movie Wicked for Good, you've heard the song For Good, which epitomizes everything we're feeling here today. The last line sums it all up, though. It says, because we knew you, I have been changed for good.
Now, everyone, we have the honor of hearing from a group of women who know Lisa not just as the legend that we know her as, but they know her as a peer and as a partner. And let's be honest, they probably have stories for days about Lisa Madson. Throughout her career, Lisa has been surrounded by national sales directors who embody excellence, longevity, and leadership at the highest level. And today we'll hear from several of those voices, each one representing a powerful chapter of her story. To our speakers today, when I say your name, you can come on up. I know that you've got chairs out here, so if you know your order, you can come on up and sit, whatever you feel most comfortable with. All right, everyone in the room, get ready to hear from the women who helped shape and were shaped by one of the greatest leaders our company has ever known. We will begin with National Sales Director Heidi Geltzer, who is from Portland, Oregon. Her two sisters, and I will share a few of their top accolades. Their favorite accolades are what I will be sharing with you today. Heidi's two sisters, Nikki Hill and Tammy Clout, and her daughter, Karis Borman, are all top sales directors at Mary Kay. Her area has been a Gold Circle area 8 times, earning over $3 million in commissions so far. And her area exists to encourage, to educate, and to empower women to grow spiritually, emotionally, and financially.
Wow, Allie McMahon, great job on emceeing. This is a really big deal. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. Ellen, she's your person, right? You found your person. Carrie, when you talked about the gift, she's your gift. Becky, she led with her heart first. Amy, the legacy that she allowed people to live. And Shannon, you learned as a young woman to live your priorities. God first, family second, career third. Is it surreal to be in this room? Surreal to be in this room with the legends of Mary Kay? Are you seeing the legends of Mary Kay? I just want to die, right? Because we're here with them. Well, I first had contact with Lisa Madson when I was a new consultant in Alexandria, Louisiana. And I learned from her by cassette tape because she was the #1 director in all of North America. And so she trained me virtually when we didn't even know what virtual was. And I could absolutely do a skincare class. In fact, I pretended I was Lisa at my skincare classes because she was way better than I was. Well, I was also in the state of Louisiana when LaRonda Daigle was the new superstar in all of Mary Kay. And little did I know that she and Lisa had become friends on the top director trip, and they were doing a trade. I don't know what a trade was, but Lisa came down to Baton Rouge, and so I drove from Alexandria to Baton Rouge as a red jacket. And as I listened to Lisa, when she was done, I went up to her and I said, "Hi, Lisa, I'm Heidi Geltzer, and I'm Lutheran too." And that was my first experience and relationship. That's how I started my relationship with Lisa Madson. And so I was going to build my team even more. And so I reached out to my sister Nikki and I gave her Lisa's cassette tape, some marketing tape to listen to. And as she drove, I see Nikki over there, as she and Ryan drove from Louisiana back to Austin where they lived, my brother-in-law Ryan stopped the cassette and he said this, and I quote, "If this lady can sell Mary Kay, so can you." It was your authenticity. It was your believability. It was your Wisconsin accent, I'm sure, that he related to as a fellow Midwesterner. My friend, I have had the privilege of learning from you. Simplicity, consistency, delegation, passion for your people, belief in the Lord, belief in this company, and belief in others. You have truly lived out Mary Kay Ash's dream that a college dropout from a farm town in southeastern Wisconsin, where my parents actually now live, to become the top active earner ever in the history of Mary Kay. You have lived a life beyond your small town, small girl dreams, and you have allowed so many others, including myself, to live them as well. You see, you were first my hero, then my trainer, then my mentor, then my friend, and then my sister, national sales director, and sister in Christ. You know, people have often said you shouldn't meet your heroes, they will disappoint. Not you. Meeting you and becoming my friend was better than I could have asked or imagined. You see, as people are sad in your national area that you are retiring, we are reminded of each other. We're so glad that it ever was. We're so grateful that we ever had the opportunity to be mentored by, seriously, the legendary and loving Lisa Madson. So, may your next chapter, my friend, be your best chapter. And may the Lord richly bless you so that you can be an even greater blessing to everyone else He puts in your life. I love you, and I'm grateful.
Next up is National Sales Director Emeritus Tammy Craig, who is from Draper, Utah. Tammy's unit was the #1 unit nationwide in 2003. Her unit did $1.3 million their third year as a unit, which was a new company record at the time. And she earned more than $6 million in her career. Please welcome Tammy Craig.
Thank you. Well, when Lisa called and asked me to share my thoughts today, I was obviously very honored, but also a little bit anxious. I found myself struggling with how in 4 minutes I could honor my remarkable friend appropriately, but also fill in with takeaways for all of you who are here still building and growing your businesses. It was a tall order, but then it hit me. Why not try to answer the question that I bet most of us in this room have asked ourselves many times? What is it about the best, where's my phone? The best of the best in Mary Kay that makes them so incredibly successful? After all, we all started with ground zero, with the same basic tools, the same products, the same opportunities, right? So what is it about Lisa Madson, specifically, that has allowed her to make more money in her Mary Kay business than anyone in the history of our company? Good question, right? Well, if you know me, you know I love to teach with an acronym, right? Like the mental bath. So let's take a dive into the acronym LISA to see if we can find a few answers to what makes her so extraordinary. In my opinion, that's how she says it. She's big on her vowels. L means loyal, not only to her family and friends, but fiercely to our company. You'd be hard-pressed to ever hear Lisa say a negative thing about anyone or anything going on in Mary Kay. Instead, you will always, without fail, find her defending and supporting whatever is happening. So if you want to be like Lisa, ask yourself, could the same be said about you? She's likable. I mean, instantly likable. Who remembers the first time you ever met Lisa? Raise your hand. Or maybe even just heard her speak, right? At an event. Within seconds, you just really like her and trust her. She's also the life of the party. I only need 2 words to explain this one, and might only make sense to a few of you in the room that are closest to her. Piano man. Right? If you know, you know. I stands for inspirational. It's magical to hear Lisa speak. Her I story alone will make you believe anyone can truly succeed in Mary Kay. I mean, people, she started Mary Kay when she was literally working at Farm and Fleet, wearing a smock with the name Vicky. See, everybody knows. And now she has earned over $17 million. Hello, that is inspiring. How about intelligent? Trust me, she's highly intelligent, but she works hard not that to come across too strongly. Why? Because it's much more important to her to be relatable. S stands for safety and security. Somebody already said it. It's absolutely her love language. I can't elaborate on this one today, but there are countless stories I could tell you about this. So I'm hoping someone who follows me will share, because the stories are plentiful and hilarious. She's spiritual. When Mary Kay said, "Take God as your business partner," Lisa Madson took that very seriously. And the more you get to know her, the more true that becomes. She's simple. This one is the biggest reason, the biggest lesson I've ever learned from you, Lisa. Nobody, in my opinion, has mastered how to keep it simple like you have. I'll never forget driving to your NSD debut with you and Dan. You sat in the passenger seat with the agenda and room assignments in front of you. The room assignments had to be changed at the last minute, so you just scribbled them out. Rearranged everything, wrote it down. We got to the hotel and you handed that paper, all scribbled out, to your assistant to make copies for people like Sean Key and Tom Watley, who was the president of Mary Kay at the time. I sat in awe, but that day changed my life. She doesn't sweat the small stuff. And you know that better than anyone. You made a huge difference that day for me. Thank you. We're going to slip an H in there. Today you have to be Leisha, because I needed an H to stand for highly disciplined. After 31 years, Lisa, watching her like a hawk, I can honestly say when it comes to work ethic, I have never, ever met anyone so disciplined. Never. Would you agree? Every week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, she would drive, no matter how far it was, to do a guest event. And on Thursdays and Sundays, like clockwork, she followed up with every single guest. So there's another question to ask yourself. Are you that disciplined? A stands for amusing. I'm convinced that thousands of people have joined her organization because of her hilarious, down-to-earth story. It's impossible to listen to Lisa speak without laughing out loud numerous times. She's the master at making fun of herself. That's not by accident, friends. She wants you to believe you can. You can do what she's done, because the truth is, you can. A stands for A plus friend, and what goes around comes around. So 16 of your besties in this room brought you a gift today. And we couldn't figure out what to buy you. So you're going to go buy it for yourself. I'll help you unwrap it, because I always do. Go ahead and hold that little tab. Just keep pulling it. Will you please stand if you contributed to this gift from Lisa Madson? All of her 16 besties. If you were part of this 16 besties, thank you. Thank you so much, Lisa. There will never be another Lisa Madson. We love you.
All right, hard act to follow. Next up, we'll hear from National Sales Director LaRonda Daigle from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Her unit is a 12-time million-dollar unit with a highest year ever of $1.3 million. She had the number one unit in the state of Louisiana for 19 years and was the number one unit at Diamond Seminar 4 times. Please welcome LaRonda Daigle.
Before my timer starts, I did all the whole speech and I had an acronym of Lisa, but my husband said, "Don't do that." And I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "What do I know?" But Tammy, we think so much alike. First of all, I am so excited and honored. I don't have a Kleenex. I have a whole cloth here, okay? Because I don't even know, all the directors stood up. I feel like I've known y'all forever. I've been to Wisconsin 4 times on that Star Consultant quarterly contest thing in the snow. And the bottom line is I love you all, and y'all have all been a gift, and all Sue's directors also. I just want to say, I don't know what came out of your starter kit or what is coming out of your starter kit, but I'm grateful for the journey that when I joined Mary Kay, there was no Voxer, praise the Lord, no social media, and cassette tapes. And these cassette tapes I played over and over and over and over. So when I was blessed to earn the first top directorship my first year, I saw all these women, and one was Lisa Madson. And I said, "Troy, there's Lisa Madson. Oh my God. Her husband's a school teacher. They're living on love. He drives a bicycle." I mean, you know her story, right? And so I am grateful that I had the courage to walk up to her and say, "Hi, I'm LaRonda Daigle, and I would love to have dinner." Now, she, of course, did, and she was like, "Who is this girl?" But the bottom line is, I'm so grateful for that. Next thing you know, she's asking me to go into her room to fix her hair. And so I was, okay, so we had similar hair back in the day. Everyone had short hair, remember? So I go in her room, I'm fixing her hair, and all of a sudden she says, and I'm on her bed, and she says, you want to do a trade? And I'm like, trade what? I had no idea about the trade of the $1 million directors and all that. And I wasn't even a $1 million director yet, but she trusted this $769,000 director the first year to go to her home. And it changed my life. That night, we watched videos, I think, till 4 o'clock in the morning of her being crowned queen. And I loved every single second of it. She spoke into my life. You're Miranda Daigle, but you're not wearing my B. Like, she would not let me wear her B. But I can tell you this, it is more than just Mary Kay. You know when you have a friend, when you will drive for over 20 years to go to Destin, because see, she was looking for a place in Florida. And I was like, Destin, because we're 5 hours from there. She sends me pictures, and there was this condo, it was so beautiful. I said, where is it? She goes, Destin, you idiot. And I'm like, but my babies were 3 and 7. I asked Madison last night, I said, Madison, what do you think about Lisa? She goes, I love her. She's hilarious. She's the life of the party. She was 7 when she started. Now she's 28, but the life of the party. And it's always fun to go vacation with them every year. Cameron said, I love her state. I love her. She's Cameron. She's vibrant. And she's a loving person. I cannot tell you how grateful that Troy and I are to be friends with you and Dan. We have laughed, we have danced to Queen, to Piano Man. We have done all the Patriot, waving your flag on the 4th of July. But I can tell you this past year, my daughter's getting married in 20 days from today. And Dan Madson, I cannot thank you enough for number one, marrying my daughter in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, but also to just taking the time and speaking Christian values of a Christian marriage, because there's no two people that I'd rather my daughters to watch than you two. And I'm grateful for that. So thank you. So Lisa, you've always been so real since the day I've known you. I can tell you that you're more than just a friend. You're more family to me than I ever had in my life. I love you so much. I love you, Dan. I love your family. And it's been the first time I was in Wisconsin, and Kyle, you lifted up your shirt, did your injection, and I'm sitting there going, he was 8 years old, but I knew how strong you were just watching you. To all of you, Jonathan, walking down into the basement and looking at your artwork, I knew that when you were in middle school or high school, that you are so gifted and so talented, and don't ever forget that no matter what. And I love you all so very much, to all the kids. And Dan and Lisa, thank you for blessing my life. Love you. Rachel, sorry, I'm looking there. You know I love you. You deserve it. And of course, thank you for loving my babies. Love you so much. Thank you.
All right, next up we have an NSD duo, both National Sales Directors Kristen Sharp from Cumming, Georgia, and National Sales Director Brittany Jenks, Columbus, Ohio. Here we go, Kristen Sharp, triple star, 8 consecutive years before becoming an NSD. She and her mom, Connie Kitson, were the 10th mother-daughter NSD team in company history. Her personal unit has done over $1 million for 12 consecutive years, and her Sharp National area has reached Gold Circle every single year they've been in area. Brittany Jenks has brought all 3 of her little girls, soon to be number 4, home in a pink Cadillac. Her bombshell unit was number 1 in their division in 2021 and number 1 in their division and in the nation in 2022. Her top paycheck in 1 month is over $37,000 without bonuses and $67,000 with. Please welcome our NSD duo.
Thank you. Well, one of my favorite memories with Lisa was when she asked me to be a guest speaker at her fall retreat. I remember walking into the event ballroom, and Lisa was looking around saying, wow, look at those decorations. I love the theme. The stage, Kristen, it looks so fabulous. She was taking it all in with such genuine excitement. And that's when it hit me. Lisa didn't know the retreat theme, the decor, or the setup. She had delegated it all. And in that moment, I learned one of the greatest leadership lessons of my career, the art of delegation. Now, I thought I knew delegation, but friends, this was delegation on a whole different level. Now, at that same retreat is when Lisa asked me to teach my entire Cash Christmas workshop, a skincare class, and honestly, just about every training I've ever done in my career. And during the breaks, Lisa had me doing one-on-one coaching sessions with her Circle of Achievement directors. Now, I remember thinking, how many Circle of Achievement directors could she have? Well, this was the Madson area, so excellence is the standard. There was 30, maybe 40. And here's the thing, I had just had a baby and I was pumping. Now, I told Lisa, I have to pump every 2 hours, Lisa. She said, oh, not a big deal, Kristen. These women have kids too. Just pump during the one-on-one sessions. Now, I didn't have one of those cute little pumps that fits in your bra. No, it was no shirt, strapless contraption, literally full setup. So there I was, half naked, coaching the top Madson directors while they're crying, sharing dreams, pouring out their hearts. And my pop is, and in that moment I'm thinking, only for Lisa Madson would I ever do. Then when we finally finished the day, I just went to bed because I was exhausted. My room was connected to Dan and Lisa's, and the Madsons, they were up all night eating taco dip and partying. I woke up the next morning and Dan had already gone for a run and they were both up, ready to go. That's when I realized the Madsons, they're a different breed. People ask me all the time, what is it like to do a Madson retreat? The only thing I can compare it to is when I trained 27,000 directors in China at their leadership conference. Lisa, your leadership created excellence, endurance, and belief. But more than that, you made people feel trusted, capable, and worthy. You saw potential early. You gave people room to rise. You led with strength and heart. Your legacy isn't just what you built. It's who you built. Congratulations on an extraordinary career.
So Kristen finds out I'm doing one of Lisa's fall retreats. And she calls me, she goes, Brittany, that was the hardest retreat of my life. And we were getting close to entering NIQ and she goes, are you sure that you want to do this? And I said, well, yeah, I'm totally sure that I want to do this. And so I go to Lisa Madson's retreat and do the same exact thing as Kristen, but Lisa knew we were close to NIQ. She let me leave a whole day early. Can you imagine? Oh, but one of my favorite memories with you, Lisa, was Jake and I were blessed enough to come visit you in the condo. We were sitting in the condo with her box of crowns. And I said to her, I was like, hey, we're going to debut as a national area September 29th. Will you please fly out and be there? And she goes, oh. And her safety security kicked in, of course. And she says, so are you in NIQ? Is it done? And I was like, oh, no, we haven't even signed our paperwork yet. But I need you to buy that plane ticket. And she goes, oh. And if you know her, that was not something she was normally going to do. So she starts messaging Tammy and says, Tammy, is this chick legit? I'm pretty sure that's how that conversation went. Do we actually think that she is going to finish this? And I was like, Lisa, it's going to be done. And one of the most special things was you being there for that bombshell national area debut, praying over us. Your faith and how much you love your family has been an inspiration to me and will live on in me and I know the lives of countless others. Thank you also as a mama of 4 little girls for showing how to pass it on beautifully to Rachel. I think you lead with such integrity that everyone in this room can see and feel. And we're all so grateful that there will be no more fall advances, that we have to work for countless hours. We love you. Thank you. All righty. If our other national speakers want to make their way to your chairs, you're welcome to when you see fit here. Next up is National Sales Director Emeritus Vicki Auth, who's from Austin, Texas. Vicki had a 3-time $1 million unit. She was a 2-time Miss Go Give recipient, and she has 126 star quarters personally. Please welcome Vicki Auth.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I so wish I would have told the funny stories, because boy, do I have a lot of them. I'm way too serious today, but without further ado, Lisa Madson, I stand here with deep gratitude and admiration, not just for what you've accomplished, but who you are. Your excellence has spilled over onto all of us, and your impact on Mary Kay Cosmetics is simply undeniable. You and Dan have been a mighty team, and together you've inspired the entire Mary Kay world with excellence. For more than 30 years, your national area has been a shining example of leadership, consistency, and record-breaking success. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, because of your hard work and dedication and unwavering loyalty to this brand, so many lives have changed, mine included. Your leadership didn't just produce results, it produced your favorite word, people! Strong women, confident leaders, lifelong friendships, as you can tell. Lisa, you set the bar high, and then you lived there. You led with integrity, grace, and a quiet strength that never needed to shout to be heard. We respect you deeply. We're incredibly proud of all that you've built, sustained, and poured into others over many years. Your legacy is not just found in numbers, titles, or awards, though there are plenty of those. Your legacy lives in the culture you created, the standards you upheld, and the example you set for what true leadership looks like. Because of you, we all benefited. Because of you, Mary Kay is better. As you step into retirement, my prayer is that God will continue to bless you and use you in powerful ways. I have no doubt that wherever you go next, the same light, wisdom, and influence you've shared here will continue to make an impact everywhere. On a personal note, Lisa, we want to thank you and Dan, Alan and I, for our friendship. We are grateful for the memories, the laughter, and for the extraordinary opportunities to travel the world together. A butane hair curler, so we're kind of in the same boat there, Loranda, brought us together in Costa del Sol, Spain. Yes, a butane curling iron, before those plugs were transferable. Experiences that we'll treasure forever. We love you and your beautiful family. I have to say this because it's one of the things I love the most about you. Your approach to business has always been wholesome. You lead with a childlike faith, pure trusting and grounding and doing things the right way. In a world where shortcuts are tempting, you never took them. You showed us that success and integrity can and should walk hand in hand. And I know Mary Kay Ash would be so proud. Lisa asked what our greatest tips for success are and what we would have changed. And while I have very few regrets, I would have held more parties, added more team members, and an even stronger belief. The funny thing about this business is that we make it hard and complicated. Absolutely, the heart is in our minds. And truly, if we just focus on the basics and stop jumping around and grasping at straws, the path is simple. I believe that is how Lisa led. She stuck to the income-producing activities and kept the main thing, the main thing. To your amazing sales directors who I've had the privilege of getting to know over the years, we are all counting on you to keep the legacy going. And you are the very bright future of Mary Kay Cosmetics. And you have sparkle in your DNA. You can open your gift. The view from retirement 1 year later is full of respect and gratitude. There is no other company like Mary Kay. The Positive Pink Bubble is a great place, not just to make a living, but to make a life. And believe me, I joined the HOA board and the Chamber of Commerce. There are crazy people out there. I'm telling you. Oh, stay in the pink bubble. It's very safe here. Lisa, there's truly no one like you. You're a rare leader, a faithful friend, and a remarkable woman. Thank you for your legacy. Thank you for your heart. And thank you for being you. We love you, we honor you, and we celebrate you today. Happy retirement.
Next up is Senior National Sales Director Emeritus Mary Diem, who is from both Burlington, Wisconsin and Daytona Beach, Florida. Mary is a senior NSD to Amy Allgood and to Elisa Madson? Oh, sorry, oh my gosh. Yeah, I did that on purpose. How about we say that? Okay, there's a typo in my thing. Okay, to Lisa Madson, okay. And she's known for being warm-hearted, open-minded, and grounded. She values long-standing relationships and teamwork. Please welcome Mary Diem.
Well, I know that Lisa is probably a little nervous about what I might say today. And I do have a lot of stories to share, but we're going to save those for a fun time. But those of you that shared some, darn. Oh, mic close to your mouth. Should I start over? Okay. So 50 years ago, next month in Madison, Wisconsin, I received a pink business card from a teacher at MATC and said, if you're a girl, you could sell cosmetics. And so I was. Fast forward 10 years when I first met Lisa Madson. She had 2 little kids at home, a husband who was a teacher and a coach, and she was working retail. Not exactly a glamorous beginning, but what she did have was optimism, real optimism. She was happy, she was motivated, she was open, and honestly, a little naive about life and business, but in a very nice way. Lisa came into the business eager to learn. She listened, she trusted, she was receptive, enthusiastic, and you could feel that she believed good things were possible. And over time, while building her career, she balanced motherhood, work, faith, and family, and often quite without even complaining. And Dan, I know you probably don't know that side of her, but she was always wonderful and graceful with me. So what stands out the most about Lisa is not just what she accomplished, but how she showed up for people. Lisa believed in you, and if you told Lisa you were going to work, really work, if you committed to yourself and followed through, she was with you 100%. She didn't discourage you. She didn't just encourage you. She stood beside you. She was steady, loyal, all in, and because of that, people often rose to meet the belief that she had in them. But here's the other side of that, which I respect just as much. If you weren't ready, Lisa was okay with that too, and she understood that everybody had their timing. It's different. She trusted people to find their way, and if, when they were ready, they would come around. That takes confidence and wisdom. One of the things I came to admire most about Lisa was her family, and especially the partnership that she had with Dan. Once they had made the decision to really go for it, Dan was there 110%. He continued teaching, he also took on the family responsibilities and gave Lisa the freedom to soar. Because of that partnership, she was able to raise 3 wonderfully rounded, solid children, which I think is wonderful. And now, after all these years, we're seeing that legacy reflected not only in her children, but also in her grandchildren. It's very obvious that she was raised by 2 wonderful, compassionate parents, and we loved Phyllis and Lloyd. Over the years, even though I was Lisa's senior director, I learned from her too. I learned that belief is powerful, that encouragement can change someone's trajectory, and that you don't have to harden your heart to be strong. You can lead with warmth and clarity at the same time. There's one more thing that meant a great deal to me personally over the years. Lisa went on to surpass me and reach incredible heights, and yet she was always appreciative, always respectful. She never forgot where she came from. She never acted like she was too big for her britches. Success didn't change Lisa. It truly revealed more of who she already was. When people think about Lisa Madson, I hope they remember this. She believed in people. She stood with them when they were willing to show up, and she did all with a big, genuine heart. From that young, optimistic mom to the woman we honor today, Lisa, your presence has mattered, your belief has mattered, and the lives you've touched are better because of you. It has been one of my greatest privileges of my life to work with you. Dave said I would do this. and to know you and to grow alongside with you. Thank you for who you are and for all you have given. Thank you.
Next up is Senior National Sales Director Emeritus Debbie Moore, who is from Cornelius, North Carolina, and she lists some of her favorite Mary Kay moments as follows. She's her first $1 million year and #1 unit in Sapphire Division with Mary Kay and with her family on stage with her. Dinner and an evening at Mary Kay's home as a $1 million sales director. Debuting as a national sales director with her family on stage, and Mary Kay giving her the NSD oath. And traveling the world with Bill and all of their closest Mary Kay forever friends. Welcome, Debbie Moore.
Wow, what a day. Lisa, is your heart exploding? Mine is. Oh my gosh. I stand before you today to celebrate the remarkable career of a trailblazing woman, a beacon of inspiration in our company and way beyond. Lisa's story is not just about professional achievements. It's about perseverance, hard work, and caring for other people. Look around the room, you guys. Love, support, loyalty, the respect. That is what sets us apart from all the rest. We're all here to honor a record breaker, a trailblazer, a dear friend who built an amazing area and life by working her Mary Kay like a business. And the numbers never lie, as you've already heard. Lisa's accolades tell the story. In her active years, she's the highest paid Inner Circle National to date in the company. What a legacy and an example she is leaving, which is the result of her commitment to her business, but also to our company. Talk about the ripple effect. Her dedication to the business enabled countless women to enhance their family's lifestyle by following her example and her leadership. Lisa's leadership was a blend of empathy, love, and decisiveness. Her area thrived not because she demanded excellence, but because she inspired it. She's always led with integrity, which has resulted in the love and the admiration of all who know her. We celebrate an extraordinary woman whose career is nothing short of inspiring. As you step into retirement, my friend, we honor not just your impressive career, but the legacy you leave behind. A legacy forged through unwavering integrity, consistent work, exceptional leadership, and a genuine love for those you were blessed to lead. Lisa's commitment to ethical values has been the cornerstone of her career, doing the right thing for the right reasons and leading others by that example. But beyond all the accolades, the awards, the diamonds, what truly sets Lisa apart, you have heard over and over today, her heart. She's always led with compassion. Success is not measured solely by titles or accolades, but by the positive impact we make on other people. Her leadership was about influence, hard work, kindness, and courage to always model what was right, the Mary Kay way. Lisa has inspired and touched all of us. Her legacy lives on with her amazing daughter, Rachel, and her area. Thank you for showing us the power of hard work and the beauty of a caring heart. I would be remiss to leave this stage without addressing all of you, the leaders and the future leaders of our company. It is time to regain our position as the strongest direct selling company in the world. We've always been the leader, never blending in with all the rest, thanks to the extraordinary wisdom of our mentor, Mary Kay Ash. We stand at a pivotal moment in our company's history, a moment of renewed purpose, a moment that challenges you to not dwell on the past, but to forge ahead with bold commitment. We stand not just as a company, but as a testament to the power of perseverance and responsibility. In the face of challenge, we never falter. Instead, we lean on our core values and reignite the passion that has always been the heart of our company. Securing our top position in the industry and shoring up the company will take each and every one of you. Your talent, your passion, your commitment to your business and to our company. It's time to rise up with a new refined passion and follow the blueprint that Lisa Madson has exemplified throughout her career. Her example of working this opportunity like a serious business can be duplicated in your business as well. My prayer is that 2026 will be a turning point in your career and in our company. Dan, you have always been the support system behind your wife's success, and we are forever grateful to you. Thank you for all that you've done for the company, both of you, and welcome to the new position of National Sales Director Emeritus. We love you more than words could ever say, my dear AB friend.
Next up is Senior National Sales Director Emeritus Karen Pirro from McKinney, Texas. She signed her agreement and 8 years later became an NSD. $13 million in career earnings, a record number of years her area achieved inner circle status. She has 3 offspring national sales directors, Diana Sumter, Dawn Dunn, and Charlotte Casina. Please welcome Karen Pirro.
Thank you. What a nice welcome after 10 years, of no applause. This is great. No, I take that back, honey. You applaud me. I appreciate that. Oh, you guys, what a day. You could feel the energy when you walked in, couldn't you? This is our Mary Kay, right? This is the Mary Kay I grew up in. It's beautiful, and it's because we're here because of Lisa. I listened, Lisa, to your top directors talk. Oh my gosh, you have to be so proud. Those women have silver tongues. They say it beautifully. They inspire people. They are masters. And one of the reasons for that is because Lisa allowed them to have the spotlight, and she didn't have to be the one always in the front. Great job. I loved listening to them. Before I met Lisa, her reputation of being an achiever preceded her. I was a national sales director when my NSD senior, Arlene Lenars, started bragging about both Lisa and Dan. She said how excited she was about them and what great things Lisa was already achieving. I got to meet the two of them at seminar and continued to be totally impressed at how she built her national area. Fast, strong, and record-breaking. 38 directors with 22 first line. That meant inner circle their first year as an NSD, and of course every year after that. Yeah, that's something. As time went on, the reasons for her success became obvious. I could go on for hours about those, and actually, I have anagrams for LISAMADSON right here, in case anybody would like to read them. And so I'm skipping all of them except for the A in Lisa, because she is an awesome achiever. And you know what? You've heard her accolades. But I just want to revisit a couple because they're so exceptional and nobody really gets it together. We lived it, watched it, experienced it, but when you put it all together, listen to this. She was announced as an NSD on her 40th birthday, but on her way to NSD, she was in the circle of achievement as a director all 12 years, and her second year of directorship, and every year after she earned the trip, of course. Her unit achieved #1 in North America 7 times. Her unit achieved $1 million status 9 times and $2 million status club once. Today, the Madson unit holds the company record for the most times hitting 1 million or more, 33 years. 33 years. So A is truly, she is an awesome achiever. Now, one of her sayings is, people, I can't do it all. Well, I have to argue with you about that, Lisa, because you have done it all, and then some. Steve and I have had wonderful experiences all over the world with Lisa and Dan, and since I'm not doing my anagram, I just thought I'd tell you a quick story. We have been traveling to Puerto Vallarta every February for I don't know how many years with Lisa and Dan and our other friends. And Lisa's a ball to travel with, as you might expect. But this last couple of years ago, we were playing, the place we go has a little 3-par golf course, And so the guys play the 18 every day, or every other day, I guess they do. And then once in a while, us girls go along with them and do the par 3. Usually we're barefoot, we don't have golf clubs, we just play with whatever is there. And so this particular year, Lisa, we're out there and we're excited. It's nighttime, it's light at golf, so you can imagine it's not very long. And she said, wouldn't it be great if somebody would get a hole in one? And we're thinking of the guys, of course. And then I said, well, wouldn't it be great if a girl would get a hole in one? And Lisa said, I think that's a great idea. And so we just ignored it, didn't think anything of it. So when we got to the last hole, number 11, I guess it was, I stepped up there and hit a hole in one. Can you believe it? So Lisa has always believed and made things happen in reality, and I thank her for that. I thank her for that. So we've done it all, riding camels, desert safaris in Dubai, the joys, the thrills, the travel continues, and I'm thrilled now that the fun won't end and you're more available. That's going to be just great. So we can't wait to be with you again 2 weeks in February, and it's a joy to see your family here, how beautiful they are. And I know all about all of you, and it's all true. I'm blessed to be your forever friend. Congratulations from Steve and me.
Next up is Executive Senior National Sales Director Emeritus Carol Anton from Leander, Texas. She's $1 million director 2 times, #1 in Ruby for 10 years, #2 NSD in North America for 9 years. Total Mary Kay career earnings is $13 million, and she debuted her daughter as a director and her sister-in-law as a national sales director. Please welcome Carol Anton.
Thank you. I love this lipstick all over this microphone. These people take they're serious about what you say. Hold this up. Okay, first of all, after those top 5 directors, I could have gone home. Were they eloquent? Oh my gosh, I'm thinking this is what leadership is all about. This is when you pour your heart and soul and nuggets of gold into your people and they show up so powerfully and you're sitting back there going, oh, they make me so happy. Congratulations, that in itself speaks volumes. Well, and I want to recognize Lisa's family, all the beautiful family that's here, and all of her national area, because it takes one person to believe in a dream, but it takes all the other people to believe that person and to step into the belief that she has for you. I mean, that takes courage, you guys. It's not just to happen by accident. You're going, okay, I'll do it too. And you act like that, but then you step in there, you're going, holy smokes, this is harder than it looks. So I tip my hat to you for staying the course. And all the other sister national sales directors, okay, you want to talk about somebody and their reputation? All of her sister national sales directors that are here today, that says a lot. Because who else comes to the party than people that are your friends? So what motivates Lisa Madson? I asked myself that, and I thought, what motivates her? I've been around the world with her. I've been with her family with her. We've celebrated different things together. And I'm telling you what, this is what motivates her. Her family and fun. Everything she does is fun. Even when she's stretching for a goal, it's fun. She's like working her guts out, perspiring, and then she makes it, and she's not even about her. She goes, next? Okay, let's have fun. Let's have a party. Oh my gosh. She's driven by it, by her family and fun. She pulls out everything to make it happen. And so here's what I thought. Okay, so what does that mean? She pulls out on her goals. She works like nobody else. Somebody else said it. That she has a work ethic like look up in the dictionary, work ethic, it's Lisa Madson. And her area, she believes in her area. She believes in every single director, every single consultant in her national area. She's driven to excellence with them. I mean, I'm telling you what, this is why you achieve so much. Because you never felt that it was about Lisa. You always felt that it was about you. And that is a gift, to be able to die into yourself, to find yourself in something that's bigger than yourself. And Lisa does that. And so with that, you never question what her motive was, because she never had one. It was about you. Her humility. She has the ability, somebody also said, to laugh at herself and to genuinely and sincerely be happy for others' success. And then to be driven by it, like, okay, that's all good. I think I can do it too. And then her fun and her celebrations. I'm telling you what, we've had an opportunity to be like Puerto Vallarta, and had one extra little glass of wine, and then she entertains us. And then we just sit back and laugh, and she's dancing all over the floor, and we're having a great time. You know what? She loves a party, but here's what I figured out. She is the party. She's ballistic on friendships. She makes everyone feel like they're her best friend. And she treats her friends like family and her family like friends. And she's like overboard on her family. I mean, when she took all of her paychecks or money or whatever, she took them all to Hawaii and paid for all the plane tickets and paid for everything. And I know you're all going, well, that would be nice. Well, stick around and keep working your business and you can do it too. But it's because she's driven by the love of all these things that I'm talking about and her faith. She loves Jesus and she talks to him every single day. And Madson area, I just want you to know she prays for you diligently. And many of you in this room have been recipients of her care and concern and prayers as well. And I thank you for that. On education, I remember the days when she'd listen to tapes. She sits on that treadmill, she puts those little things in, she listens now to podcasts, and her health. You know, she's committed to workouts and diets and supplements and la la la. Lisa Madson is driven, and I also use that, the D, dedication, the R, responsibility to follow through. You know what? One of the things that impressed me most about her, every single day for years, she would call her dad. Every day. And I would be with her, and we'd just, in the most remote kind of weird places, and she goes, I gotta call my dad. So I thought, gosh, I'm so inspired by that. I think I'm gonna do that. I can't remember who I was calling because it lasted 3 days. Integrity, she can't lie, she's fair and she's honest, and vision, well, you know, you gotta believe it before you see it. And Lisa believes like nobody else. And enthusiasm. I mean, you can fake it, but you can't fake it when you're Lisa Madson. I mean, she plays full out. I mean, and she didn't care. She just goes for it. Like, I'll never forget it. My daughter's wedding, and it's like, your wedding, and she goes, okay, let's play Piano Man. I mean, let's do Piano Man. That's how you end everything. Yeah, I love that. Childlike enthusiasm. It's a joy. She's the epitome of joy on legs. And it's a privilege, Lisa, to call you friend, to call you family. I love you, sympathetic. Congratulations.
Our final NSD speaker, elite executive, senior national sales director emeritus, Gloria Mayfield Banks, is from Baltimore, Maryland. Get ready for these numbers. Maybe take out your notebook and write these down. She has broken multiple records. Director in qualification production, largest ever unit size at 1,049. Most new unit team members in a month, 384. Largest personal team in the U.S. Largest NSD unit production at 2.5 million. Fastest to elite executive national sales director. Most pink Cadillacs in an area. Highest income in a month, 211,000. Highest income in a year. Highest income earner in Mary Kay history until now. Eight offspring national sales directors, 6 NSDs in 18 months, and she had over $35 million in annual area retail sales. Out of 3.5 million women in over 40 countries, Gloria was number 1 in Mary Kay for 6 consecutive years with an over $16.6 million record-breaking income. Please welcome.
My goodness, Lisa. He used to walk around my house like that. Lisa. We are so happy to be here to celebrate you. We're so happy to be here to celebrate you and Dan. Because it's Lisa and Dan. It's Dan and Lisa for sure. And her family. We've watched you, we know you, we love you. This party is a small example of the lives around the world that you've changed, Lisa. I've known Lisa for over 38 years. Not seasons, not chapters, but decades. I remember the first time I saw you, Lisa. I was on the floor with my $500,000 sales director. I was in her unit, and you were walking through the seminar. And she's tall. Her sleeves pulled up. Y'all know the walk. And I was like, who is that? It was like she was the only one walking from the back of the room to the front of the room with that stature she had. So I will tell you, Lisa, your energy filled the room. I saw it then. I see it all the time. And then I got to know Lisa on the scoreboard before we were girlfriends. She was not just a record breaker, she's a standard setter. A woman who redefined what success looked like in my mind. We became big girls together, traveling the world, laughing at cafes in foreign countries, and then back home to the only other place we always met, on the scoreboard. Some of you know what it's like to climb a scoreboard. As consultants, we climb it. As new directors, we climb it. As growing directors, we climb it. And you're humming along, and all of a sudden, there's this big truck. I called it the Mack truck. And it used to just roll over. And I used to just watch it, and I'd say, golly, that Lisa. And somehow she just always stayed on top. She's queen of the nation. I always call her and say, you know, you're not queen of the neighborhood. You're queen of the nation. 7 years in a row. Oh my gosh, there was such a something about her being the queen all the time and me standing over on the side like this. That's when I labeled myself queen of almost. And that's what makes Lisa extraordinary. It's not just what she built. As you guys have all said, it's how she built it. Integrity, work ethic, humility, consistency. When I would call Lisa for advice, her answers were always clear, simple, and powerful. I remember once asking her, how do you lead somebody with big goals who is clearly not even close to that goal? And I want to lead her without crushing her. And she told me, just ask her, what's her next step? What's her next strategy? And start from there. And for me, these very simple, hard-hitting things were brilliant for me. And watching her create massive winners in a massive unit, watching Lisa create the production that she created from a pencil. If you do this, you will win a pencil. She is so good! What in the world? Okay, so then we become real good friends, watching Dan and Lisa and Dan. It's so fun. And then we go to a vacation in Utah. Lisa, Tammy, Vicky, Nancy, we all go to a vacation in Utah. My kids were excited about a family vacation in Utah. But then Chauncey, my son, come to me and he said, Mom, I'm so excited because Jonathan has a whole book full of hip-hop music. All of a sudden, they were cool. So it's been so many moments, Lisa. You've made me better. You've made my standards better. You showed me what was possible. And you helped me dream so much bigger. You watched me change. I watched you change so many lives. I've watched you work so hard with so much joy. And so I know in the emeritus status, there will be a ton of joy as well. I've loved you because of the example you've had, the stories you've told, all the things Dan's wrote for you to read. Woo! Our family, our friends. So important to us, Lisa, is the legacy you're leaving. Not because of the area, because who you've been in this company in such a huge, magnificent way. So I'm glad I was your sister director, your sister top director, your sister $1 Million director, your sister inner circle national sales director, and now sister emeritus. Ken and I both, and our families, wish you the absolute best. To your family, you've changed my life. And now, let the fun begin. Congratulations.
Thank you to all of our National Sales Director speakers today. Thank you for sharing a glimpse, just a glimpse, into Lisa, the leader, the friend, the power partner, the standard of excellence for all of us. We all know that behind every extraordinary leader is also a family who supported all of the late nights, the travel, the sacrifices, and the calling long before the accolades ever came. So it's important that we pause and honor the people who know her not just as an icon, but as mom and wife, grandma, family. It is my honor to now invite Lisa's family, starting with Kyle's family, to the stage to share their perspective on the woman behind this legacy. Kyle and Leanna live in Hubertus, Wisconsin on what they call the greatest acre. Leanna is a pediatric nurse and Kyle is a project manager for a commercial roofing contractor in Milwaukee. They have 3 children. Nora is 7, Grace is 4, and Brooks is 5 months. Kyle was born during Lisa's DIQ and went to Dallas twice before he even turned 1 year old.
So it's been amazing. Obviously, I've gotten to grow up in this pink bubble, is what I call it. And now looking back, I'm almost wondering if you didn't prepare me for the world correctly, because I know the companies that I worked for, it's never God first, family second, career third. It's been a bit of a learning curve for me out there in the real world. It's been obviously fun just from the standpoint of I from day one, I've gotten to, be a part of, like I said, the pink bubble. And, my mom made working from home cool before working from home was even a thing. And being able to grow up and see what she did and grow her business kind of instilled, obviously, what I do today. And, when I was little, everyone always said, you're going to be in sales, you're going to be in sales. And sure enough, here I am. I'm in construction sales, which is obviously a little different than Mary Kay, but there's still a lot of similarities to it. And one of the things I was thinking about, a couple of months ago, my parents were staying over at our house, and I was just lamenting to my mom about, I've been reaching out to this guy about a roof. I sell large flat roofs in Wisconsin. And I was just lamenting. I was like, I've emailed this guy, I've texted this guy, he's not responding to me. And she looks at me, she goes, did you call him? I said, well, no. I said, most people just respond with email. She goes, why don't you try calling him? I was like, I guess that's actually a pretty good idea. So sure enough, I called the guy the next day and he picked up. And I talked to him, and we had a meeting the next week, and I got home and she's sitting there, I think, making a taco dip, and I said, Mom, he picked up, and I got a meeting. She's like, well, there you go. And I think a lot of people talk on like the simplicity of how she's run her business, but that's really what it is. And again, just the core of how she's always done it. God first, family second, career third is how she's always done it. Again, growing up, never missed a basketball game, never missed a baseball game, missed a couple of golf tournaments because who wants to watch golf? I get that. But I was saying to Leanna coming up here or down here, is like, this is kind of sad. I'm going to miss this, But I think just from, obviously, it's been so fun to be a part of, and obviously, me and the girls and Brooks, we love you all, and what a great example and blessing you've been to, obviously, me and the rest of us. So.
Hi.
So you can see.
Hi.
Nora wanted to say that she is just so proud of her grandma, and that she and that she's actually named after her grandma, right? And it's Kaye, and she thinks that's so cool because it's so close to Mary Kay, right? And what else? Do you want Papa and Grandma to move to Wisconsin now? You don't have to worry about sales tax anymore, right? All right. Anything else, sweetie? Did I cover it? Okay. I was going to do 2 speeches there, so. All right, so bear with me. I was up all night with our little 5-month-old. He seems to like to follow Grandma. Likes to celebrate life at night. We've all been a part of that. But there's 2 things that come to mind as Lisa's daughter. I've never been an in-law. I've always been a daughter, and I am just so grateful for that. The other part that I am so grateful is you always say, people, I can't do it all. I can't remember, it was Karen, I think, said that. And you do it all. This past Christmas, I got a flat tire. I was 9 months pregnant, sitting on the side of the road, super hot and sweaty. He's coming to save the day. And then this Christmas, we're about to drive down here in Wisconsin, it's snowing, and we were like, yeah, it sounds like I need new tires. And Lisa's like, yep, we're getting new tires. You can't drive down here. We need new tires. So she just gets it done. She does it all. And she's done it all for all of you in so many different ways. So to that, we're so grateful. And the other part that I just want to express is how proud we are. And when, childlike faith. But I truly believe that our girls, and Kyle and I and Brooks, are so proud of you. I was picking Nora up from school on Thursday, and everyone was telling Nora, have fun in Nashville, because she knew we were coming to celebrate you, and everything that you've achieved is just far more than any of us could imagine. So thank you for creating our life. We love you so much.
Next up, Jonathan's family. Come on up. Jonathan and Georgie live in Vacaville, California, far from Wisconsin, where I'm from, which is 30 minutes east of Napa. Georgie manages a Dolce & Gabbana store in Livermore. Jonathan works in an Italian restaurant in downtown Napa called A16. He's also a photographer and a painter. They have 3 kids. Sophia is 23, Gianna 17, and Aaliyah is 11. And because of Mary Kay, Jonathan met his wife, who happens to be the daughter of National Sales Director Emeritus Thea Alvin. And wouldn't you know, their daughter Aaliyah was born on May 12th, Mary Kay's birthday.
Are you going to come with me or leave? Well, I want to start by, as soon as Gloria got done, my sister looked down the line and was like, "You're up." And I was like, "Oh, no, not after Gloria." So, thanks for the buffer zone. But yeah, it's been about 10 years since I gave my last speech, and that was for Kyle and Leanna's wedding. And many of you were there at my brother's wedding, and I was very confident that would be the last time anyone ever handed me a microphone again. Yet here we are. I grew up on these stages with my brother and sister, giving speeches much shorter than this one will be, but and my next line there is, my speeches haven't improved much in 30 years, and that's obviously evident. But it's going to be good practice for when I have to give my final 3 speeches of my life for my kids when they get married, so we'll think of that as that. Mom, you have always been an inspiration to us. No one can honestly say they worked harder than you did. You built something from the ground up, and you did it with determination and a level of discipline that most people talk about but never actually follow through on. Because of you, we got to travel, we got experiences, and most importantly, we got you. You somehow managed to build an incredibly successful business while still having the time to be at all our games and all the moments that mattered. You didn't just create a career, you created a life, and that's something most people only dream about. I know retiring from something you've poured your heart into for so many years is going to leave a little hole at first, but knowing you, that feeling won't last long. You'll find another passion, another goal, or maybe another grandchild. No, Georgie had a whiskey and Coke last night, so... And I was going to try to make her think that, and I'm glad you all did think that. Mom, we are so proud of you. Thank you for showing us what hard work looks like, what commitment looks like, and what it means to chase something and actually catch it. We love you. Congratulations on an amazing career and an even more amazing retirement. And also, through this, I realized my dad was actually part of this as well, so good job, Dad.
He told me last night that there was a possibility I was pregnant for the speech, and it frightened me. I was like, oh, wait, what? I was confused. Lisa, you mean the world to me. I love you like my own mother. Darn, who was I just telling I wasn't gonna cry? We could not love you more. We could not be more proud of you. Thank you for leading by example and for your generosity with us. I can't even put it into words, but thank you for being you and for just from day one opening your arms up to the girls and you are love on legs. I cherish our friendship. I love trying to keep up with you when you come to California. I'm gonna have to get a good nap in before you come out on Thursday. But the way that you lead your unit, the way that you support your family is something that I strive to be like. So thank you for just being the most generous, honest, beautiful human being. I'm so proud to call you my mom. I'm gonna steal the microphone. Oh, there's a lot of lipstick on here. Hi, I'm Gianna, Grandma Lisa's favorite granddaughter. So, okay, no more laughing. Okay, I have to get serious now. I've known Grandma Lisa since I was 2 years old. I knew from the very beginning that she was going to be my grandma. I even told her when I first met her, "Hi, Grandma Lisa. It's nice to meet you." She has had many accomplishments in Mary Kay, and they're truly so inspiring to me and both my sisters. You've given me such great advice that I'll never forget. She told me that if people don't laugh at your dreams, then they're not big enough. And that's something that I've forever held on to. You're one of the strongest people that I know and have taught me so much. You handle everything in the most positive and loving way, and it's been such a privilege to call you my grandma. I love you so much. All right, man, there's a lot of people in here. Well, I'm Sophia. I'm Grandma Lisa's oldest and favorite grandchild. And I actually do own my own business as well. I do hair, and she has inspired me in so many ways, how I can improve my business and just be better. And there's always more that you can do, and you've just inspired me in so many ways. And you're the biggest blessing in my life. You represent everybody, and I'm just so grateful for you. You do everything with love and care, and I'm just so blessed to call you my grandma. I love you so much.
So they were both saying that they're the favorite when grandma actually comes out for my birthday. I just wanted to say I'm so proud of you, and you've always supported me in everything that I've done, and you always support me with my sports, school, and everything I do. And I love you.
All right, we're going to take a break from the family because I don't know if you noticed, but it looks like we have some special unexpected guests who have joined us.
So, my family and friends here up on stage with me were literally crashing the party. At least had no idea we were coming by. But, and we were just, why do I always have to follow grandchildren? and talking powerful women in my life. But Lisa, I was thinking about what I was going to say, and the thing that just stands out to me most about my experiences with you is your incredible positive attitude and enthusiasm. And it's just been such a blessing to work with for however many years it's been. I should have looked at your bio before I came down here, but I feel like it's been my whole career. And we were remarking on the side over here that it's fitting that this event would be in the Legends Ballroom, because we looked at the front row up here and all of the legends that are here to support you, Lisa. So, no, deepest of gratitude from all of us at Mary Kay. Congratulations, we're going to miss you. Love you.
Next up is Rachel. Rachel and her family. Rachel and Jake Lick live in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Jake owns his own financial services business, and currently, year to date, Rachel is the #1 sales director in North America. They have 2 boys. Matt is 11, Jude is 7. They love Wisconsin sports and they love to travel. Rachel signed up as a 19-year-old, became a sales director 5 years ago. She grew up in this business, started working in Lisa's office as a teenager, and then ran her sales unit for many, many years. She is now ready to assume the mantle of leadership and take on the role as one of the top directors in this company.
Thank you, Allie. You've done an amazing job. Hello, everybody. I'm so excited and incredibly honored to be standing up here today, closing out this amazing program. My name is Rachel Madson Zarling, and I'm Lisa and Dan's daughter. And I'm also a proud sales director in the Madson National area. First, thank you truly to every single person who is here today to honor my mom. I know many of you traveled a long way to be in this room, and my family and I are deeply grateful. It means more than you'll ever know. It seems like only yesterday that I was standing in front of a crowd this big at my mom's national debut in Madison, Wisconsin. I was 17 years old, shaking profusely as I spoke on stage. I'm now standing here at her retirement, still shaking, but my kids and my husband are by my side. It is wild how quick this time has come. I've been feeling 2 things about this day. I am so sad that it is finally here, and yet I am so happy for you, Mom. You and Dad have worked very hard for so many years. I'm excited for you both to slow it down just a bit, although not too much, especially since you are talking about maybe moving back to Wisconsin, which we could not be more excited about, right guys? I'm going to talk about you both more at the luncheon tomorrow, but today I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the lives you've led and for the example you've set for all of us in this room. Mom, you have poured your heart and soul into this company and into your people. You love your people. They are the reason you work so hard. Their names are always there, right on the tip of your tongue. You know them, their families, their unit members, their hopes and dreams. You care deeply, and you model for all of us what it truly means to keep faith, family, and career in that order. Whenever we were doing amazing things together as a family, I've always known that you were there thinking about your people and envisioning the very same joy and freedom and lifestyles for them. This business changed your life. It changed our lives. And that is why you believed and still believe that it can change your people's lives too. I know you want the Madson directors to carry our legacy forward and to live our very best lives in this company. And Mom, we promise you that we will. To the directors and DIQs in the Madson National area, I don't think I'll ever be able to put into words what you mean to my mom and to our family. You were her heartbeat. Thea Elvin once did the best impression of my mom at a fall retreat years ago. Thea and Mom were out on a walk, and Mom was huffing and puffing, talking wildly with her hands about every single one of her sales directors. Your dreams, your goals, and her hopes for your future. I literally sat there in the audience that day and I laughed out loud because that is my mom exactly, and that was my life. I cannot fully convey how deeply she loves each and every one of you. Your stories are imprinted on her heart and on mine. The memories we've made together, the laughter, the tears, those were the moments that really mattered. The Madson area is a deep ocean of women's stories. Stories of triumph, excitement, joy, grief, loss, and above all else, love. She loves you deeply, and so do I. And please know this, so long as I'm around and people give me a microphone, which probably won't happen by the end of this weekend because I'm a hot mess, but I will never let anyone forget your stories or your legacy. Your stats will stand the test of time. Inner Circle National Area for 25 consecutive years. 9-time #1 national area. One of the largest groups of first line in the company's history. One of the largest units in the company's history. 36 times $1 million unit. 2 times $1 million unit. Your leader is the highest earner in Mary Kay history. But it is who you are as people, as mothers, as sisters, as daughters, as friends, as wives, and as leaders. That is what you should be most proud of. We love you all so much. The best is yet to come.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Jake Zarling, and I was planning to say this before these young ladies did, but I'm blessed to be Lisa Madson's favorite son-in-law. And I'm her only son-in-law, so I think this one's legit. But today we celebrate and honor a true Mary Kay legend. The list of Lisa's accolades is long and extraordinary. But they say becoming a legend involves more than just individual success. It requires creating a profound and lasting impact that resonates across generations. Lisa, you have accomplished so much and inspired so many people throughout your legendary Mary Kay career. You've shown us all what it looks like to work hard, achieve your goals, and help others achieve theirs, all while keeping the most important things in life your top priority, which is really the most impressive thing to me. Lisa always says that if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. So I guess this isn't really a retirement then. Just a new beginning. Legends never die, and I know that Rachel will give it her all to carry forward your legacy into the future. Lisa, thank you for all you've done for our family. Congratulations on an incredible career. We love you and wish you all the best in your next chapter.
Hi everybody, my name is Mac, and today we're celebrating my grandma's retirement. First of all, let's be clear, my grandma's the GOAT of Mary Kay. In case you don't know what that means, it means the greatest of all time. She's had a lot of great finishes in almost 40 years of this business. But even if she isn't number one, she's still my number one. And a little message from our dog Buck, woof woof.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to Grandma's retirement. I know it's really sad that she's leaving, but at least we still have Rachel. And I love my grandma so much, and she's like the Michael Jordan of Mary Kay. And it's my birthday. Did you give me any presents?
Thank you to all of Lisa's children for trusting us with her legacy and for sharing the love, the support, and the sacrifices that made this all possible. But of course, at the center of Lisa's story has always been a partnership. Someone who has walked beside her through every season, hand in hand, in the direction of their dreams together. It is my honor to introduce next DJ Chaos, our destined sous chef, Lisa's husband and partner in life and in love, Dan Madson.
Where is Holly Lowe? Is Holly in here? Oh, well, Holly made the effort this morning to stop over at our hotel because Lisa was worried about getting too emotional. So Holly brought over 2 essential oils and put them on Lisa's back or neck or whatever and said, this is going to help center your emotions so that you don't cry. Well, Holly, they didn't work. But anyway, great afternoon. What a day it's been. What a week. What a year. What a decade. What a career. I came home from teaching 7th grade one day back in October of 1986, almost 40 years ago. Lisa met me at the garage door, which in itself was unusual. I got out of the car. She seemed excited about something, which was not unusual. She was an excitable gal even back then. Guess what, she said. You dropped Rachel down the basement steps, I answered. You cracked up the car. You burned the lasagna. She was not amused by any of my guesses. No, she said, I'm becoming a Mary Kay beauty consultant. Well, I said, you can do it, just don't expect any help from me. I want you to know that those famous first words have haunted me now for nearly 40 years. Truth be told, Lisa and I had been searching for something back then that she could do to add income to our meager family budget at the time. She had run into a sales director in Madison, Wisconsin named Kathleen Koklinus, who's here today with her husband Phil. They met at a local print shop a couple of weeks previous. So when I had left for school that morning, I actually knew that this Mary Kay lady was going to come over to talk to Lisa about the company. I never dreamed she would sign an agreement to become a beauty consultant, especially without my input. Actually, she never usually required my input to ever make decisions. And in hindsight, it turned out to be one of the best decisions she ever made, obviously. You know, when I look back at my life and recall the people who were the most influential mentors in my life, other than my parents, Lisa's mom and dad, a farmer that I worked for from 6th grade through college, and a number of my friends here today. Okay. Most of my mentors were coaches. Each of my football, basketball, and baseball coaches in high school and college, and even after college, were in my life for maybe 2 years or 3 or 4 at the most. After I left school or changed teams, that was the end of the relationship. A couple of weeks ago, we were at home and Lisa asked me if I wanted to watch a recorded Zoom call that she had done with her sales directors on a Monday. I asked the question I always ask whenever she comes to me and says, asks me if I want to listen to something. How long is it? That usually makes her angry. The call had been put together by Diane Cole, my stand-in DJ Chaos for the day. Thank you, Diane. And each of Lisa's directors in her national area had 30 seconds to tell her thanks and wish her well in her retirement. Well, 2 things impressed me as we watched that video. First, it is possible for a Mary Kay sales director to deliver a powerful message in 30 seconds or less. Secondly, the thing that really struck me was the fact that most of these women, as you heard, have been part of Lisa's life for a very long time. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20, 25, 30, 35, Ellen, 35 years and more. Needless to say, we blew through a box of Kleenex that night, no pun intended, while we watched those women share their emotional memories. Lisa was always there for her people. Her belief in the company and the opportunity never wavered. She never got tired. She never gave up on a goal. She always strived to the last minute of the last day of every month. She never let conflicts in her area stew and simmer. She always got to the root of the problems and set things right. She was never a boring leader. In fact, she was always the drum major at the front of the fun parade. I played golf in Florida at a golf course called Kelly Plantation, and most of the guys I played with are retired businessmen. There's about 30 of us. They're all pretty good, very competitive. The guy that leads our group his name is Lonnie. He's 78 years old. He's a 4 handicap and he's a lefty like me. So we have a daily running battle to claim the title as the best left-hander in the club. He likes to be in charge of our game. He sets and enforces the rules. He can be a bit bossy. He can be a bit self-centered. Say what you will about him, but the guy is dependable. Last year, Lonnie played 347 rounds of golf. I know that if I show up on any given day of the week, he'll be there on the driving range or the putting green getting ready to tee off. There's something to be said for that kind of dependability, that kind of reliability, that kind of durability. I know I speak for all the people in Lisa's life, not just her Mary Kay sales directors and beauty consultants, but also her children, her beautiful grandchildren, her in-laws, her friends, her sisters and brother. She's dependable. She's durable. She's reliable. And she's a lot of fun. Honey, we are and always have been very proud of you, of your accomplishments, all the lives you've touched around the entire world, all the company records you've set. Yet, all those accomplishments and all those accolades would be rendered meaningless except for the fact that you're a remarkable woman of faith, a loving mother to all your kids and grandkids, a devoted daughter, and a loyal friend to many people. Best of all, you're my high school sweetheart and my beautiful wife of 44 and a half years. We all love you and we wish you nothing but continued success and great happiness in your upcoming years of retirement. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for walking beside Lisa through every adventure and every milestone. Your love and support made everything we celebrate here today possible, and we're so grateful for all you've given to her and to all of us. Where there is Lisa Madson, there is Dan Madson, right beside her, so thank you. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Lisa once confided in me that she hates speaking last. But we all know last is best, and she is the best. The final lap of the race is where champions are made. Dessert is the sweet ending we savor. The last puzzle piece is the one that completes the picture. And the grand finale of a fireworks show is the brightest, the loudest, and the most memorable. That's why it's called the grand finale, because the finale is not just the end, it is the best part. And today the grand finale is none other than our Lisa Madson. She led the #1 sales unit in all of North America from 1994 to 2000, a company record that still stands today, almost 26 years later. She led an inner circle area her first year as a national sales director and completed it all 25 years as a national. 16 of those years were in the 500,000 platinum inner circle. She's the proud senior national sales director of Sue Ponco and her Ponco Powerhouse National Area. And she is the #1 earner in Mary Kay's history with over $17 million in commissions. Please welcome Senior National Sales Director Emeritus.
Thank you. And thank you, Tammy Craig, for picking out my national song because I didn't have one. So I called her and said, what should I pick? She said, Go the Distance. So thank you for going the distance with me, too. Oh, my goodness, you guys. I first up just want to thank Allie McMahon. She was #1 in seminar for the Madson area, and I asked her to be our MC today for that reason. You did a phenomenal job. Thank you. And Rita Clace, where are you? Our Miss Go Give. She was just nominated and voted. Please stand. She is my sidekick. She helps me. She's worked with me for many years and is also one of my sales directors. I love you. Thank you to Diane Cole and to Brian for doing our music today as standing in for Dan and just being friends. They live in Destin, Florida with us, and we do a lot together. We just really enjoy your friendship, and we'll carry that on for years and years to come. So thank you for everything. And thank you to Emily Schutte and to Darren and Brian, who have all been helping to record this event so that people that couldn't get in at least get to see it. I thank you so much. She's a third line director of mine. She's in Sue Ponco's area, and I just appreciate you that we get to watch this over and over. Dan, we get to watch it. It's going to be 2.5 hours, I'm sure. So that'll be fun. I want you to know as I look around this room today, I am honestly overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. To my sister national sales directors, active, and also those of you that are in Emeriti, I guess we are. We're Emeriti. And the ones that are active, obviously they would have been here at leadership anyways, but you chose to come here this afternoon, and I appreciate you for that. And for those of you that didn't have to be here because you are Emeriti, that you took away from your lives, that you booked plane tickets, that you packed your bags, that you showed up, and that many of you spoke today too. I will never forget this. I will never forget this. Your willingness to come and speak, to pour into this room one more time, says everything about who you are and how much you love the company and all of us. To my first line sales directors who spoke today, to my family, my children, my grandchildren, and Nancy Castro. Thank you for sharing your hearts so openly today. What you have given is not just words, it's love, it's history, it's belief, it's legacy. This room is full, not because of a title or a career, but because of relationships. And I am deeply, deeply grateful. Before we wrap up today, I want to acknowledge someone very important to me who is not in this room, and that is my Offspring National Sales Director, Sue Ponko. She's retiring at this conference too, and she made the intentional choice to spend this afternoon doing exactly what mattered the most to her. You see, her family flew it too, and they're doing exactly what they want to do. They're enjoying the city, they're listening to music, and they're celebrating her retirement in a way that brought her the most joy. And I don't want to hear from you that you would have liked that too. I said I'm afraid to say that, or they're going to look at me and say, why didn't we just get to hang out in the city? Because we didn't. We're here. So, but honestly, one of the things I love most about Mary Kay is that we get to make our choices. That's the best part about this business. There's no right way to celebrate. And I love that Sue chose her way, and I was able to choose mine. I also want to thank the Ponko area members that are here today. You mean the world to me, and you know I'm grateful for you. Sue and I were laughing the other night at dinner, Thursday night, and we didn't want anyone to think that, we're not friends. In fact, her husband kind of joked and said, you two should walk by each other in the Omni lobby and snub each other and just scare everybody and think that you really don't get along. Anyways, she is the one that almost ruined my life. She is the one that told me not to sell Mary Kay because she had done it and quit, and I had asked her feedback of whether or not I should do it. She said, don't do it. There's no money to be made in Mary Kay. And here we are tomorrow, retiring together on that stage. I love you dearly, Sue. I'm sure you'll watch this entire video. I also want to take a moment to honor my national area. Earlier today, we were together alone from 12:30 to 1:30. And it was so special because it really reflects, you guys, what we have shared for years. We had been on weekly Zooms together, walking through life and leadership side by side. And during our final 2 Zooms, as Dan mentioned the one, I didn't know what he was going to say, I spent an hour and a half talking to each one of my directors the week before they honored me. And I was able to build them up and to just let them know how deeply I love each one of them. We're close. We're friends. We're forever friends. And I always tell them, I'm not dying. I'm alive, and you are going to be able to stay friends with me. We will still communicate. And if you don't, I will haunt you. I am so proud of every single one of my sales directors, and I'm, of course, especially proud of my daughter, Rachel, who stepped into leadership on July 1st, after being a sales director for over 4 years. She has such heart. She has excellence, and the unit absolutely loves her. They've loved her for years. She's worked with them for years. So now it's your turn. Now it's your time. And I'm so excited as I watch you build your $1 million unit. Thank you, Kathleen Koklanis. I'd like to have you stand and wave at everyone. Kathleen is the woman that recruited me. Her husband, Phil, is with her. I thank you both for being here today. Thank you, Kathleen, for changing my life, truly. You taught me this business. You taught me how to hold a party. You taught me how to get bookings from bookings, which is why I booked 12 in the first place, because she told me to. And then I got bookings from bookings and held 102 parties that first year. It was your training. It was your leadership. It was your example. It was who you are. Thank you for changing my life. And here's what I want every single person to leave with today. This is possible for you. You've heard all the stories today. You heard Heidi Gelser's brother-in-law said, if she can do it, you can do it. And it's true, you guys. It's true. Everything you've seen, everything you've felt, every story shared, this is what happens when you decide to grow, when you decide to work, when you decide not to quit on yourself. This business will stretch you, challenge you, refine you, and I promise you, every ounce of effort is worth it. It's worth it for the confidence alone. It's worth it for the friendships. It's worth it for the life that you build and that you, the person you become along the way. It's worth it for the life you can give to your family and the fun you can have with your husband for years and years. This celebration may mark my retirement, but it's proof of what your future can hold. So I want you to dream big. I want you to pay the price. I want you to love the journey. And you know what's kind of funny? When my boys say I was at everything, I wasn't at everything. They forget if you're not there, you guys, just so you know when we're adults. Thanks for thinking I was at everything. That's great. But Dan was at everything. A parent was at everything. In the end, you guys, it's all worth it. And now I'd like to invite my grandchildren on stage. Move. I'm going to start, I'm going to go oldest to youngest. So Sophie, if you want to stand over there. And then Gianna. Sophie is a hairstylist. Sophie, when I came in today, I can't tell you how many people said, I love your hair. You look so good. I'm like, a granddaughter staying with me. She's a hairstylist and she did my hair and I asked her if she can be up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning and do it again for tomorrow's event. And she said yes, so thank you. I love being with you when I come to California. Her heart, she has a heart that is beyond most people. You're one of the kindest human beings that walks around on this planet. I love you so much. Gianna is strong and talented, hardworking, and she got into every single college she applied for because of her grades and her work ethic. Both, yes. And both of those girls have given up their room every time Dan and I come and visit and stay. And they both do it with a smile on their face. And I can't wait to come out on Thursday and stay with you guys for another week. I love hearing about your life, Gianna, and I am so proud of the young lady you have become, and I look forward to seeing what you accomplish when you go to college. You're going to have a ball. Elia. Oh, you're not, oh wait, oh I didn't have it in the right order. Oh, I have you in order of family. That's okay. She's the girl, not the boy, okay? So, Elia, I don't know if you caught this, some of you might have. Her parents met because of Mary Kay. And I was so blessed to have two granddaughters came with Georgie. And that Gianna, the first time I met Gianna, she said, hi, Grandma Lisa, these are for you. It was flowers. Georgie and Jonathan had not met yet, but they had talked on the phone for 6 weeks. And we all had them married. And we were right. We were right. So Gianna, I've loved. That was so awesome that day when you said it. And Dan kept saying, they haven't even met yet. I said, it's happening. They're getting married. Have you ever seen them talk on the phone to a woman for this long? They're getting married. Don't worry about it. So Elia's parents got together because of Mary Kay. Faye Alvin, National Sales Director Emeritus, was not able to come today, but that's why they met. And yes, I don't know if you caught it, but Elia was born on Mary Kay's birthday. Yes. So the girl that truly came out of my starter kit, Mary Kay's birthday. Mac, there you are, Mac. Mac is talented in everything he does. I mean, everything he does. And what I have loved about you, though, Mac, is though even though you're so good at everything, you are so respected by your friends, by your peers. You are a natural born leader. And you have a huge heart, and you are such an amazing big brother to June. And now, Elia and Mac haven't seen each other for a year and a half. Well, none of them have because there was a baby that was born the summer, so we didn't do our normal everybody come to Florida situation, and also games and things like that. But I do want you to know that what's been really fun is every time they get together, even though Elia and Matt live across the country and they didn't see each other for a year and a half. Last night, was that last night? Seems like 6 days ago. Last night when they all got there, it's like they're best friends. It's like they're never apart. I love your friendship, you two. I love it. And then Jude, it's your birthday, isn't it? He's 8 years old today. And so I thank you for sharing your birthday with Grandma. I do. And we're going to sing happy birthday to you because you deserve it. And these are all my friends. And friends sing happy birthday to a little 8-year-old. So we're going to wait a minute. I'm going to talk about you and then Nora Kay. And then I'm going to talk about Gracie, who's sitting on her mom's lap. But we are going to sing to you. Okay? They're not going to give you money, but we're going to sing to you. He's a naturally creative force. He is a talented artist. And he also loves sports, and he makes us all laugh all the time. Nora Kay, yes, Nora Kay is named after me. And I love that. She's an amazing big sister to Brooks and to Gracie. And she plays a lot of games. We play a lot of games together when I come, don't we? And yes, she loves to win. She is very competitive. She might have even been known to stack an Uno deck to beat Grandma, or the sorry cards. Remember that? That was just 2 weeks ago. So anyways, I love your competitiveness, but I also love your heart, and I love who you are. Gracie is sitting there so sweetly. Gracie, you are a sweetie. You are just a little sweetheart. She is best friends with her big sister, and Gracie has one speed. Fast, right? Everything is fast. She doesn't, when I watch her in their house, she doesn't walk from place to place. She runs from place to place. She's an athlete in every sense of the word, and I cannot wait to see what you accomplish in life, Gracie. And then Brooks is 5 months old, and I'm sorry, he takes after his grandmother and likes to stay up all night. I am sorry about that. So now, if you wouldn't mind, if you could indulge me, if we could all sing happy birthday to Jude, I would love that. Are you ready?
Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jude. Happy birthday to you.
And as I finish, I'm going to excuse Soph and G, get to go and sit down. We are going to close today with one of my favorite praise songs. Because after all, none of this would have happened if it wasn't for God, right? Praise by Elevation Worship. We put the words on every third seat. If you don't know them and you can sing along, you don't have to. But I listen to this every morning when I work out, and my grandchildren all know it. And I'm going to invite... Oh, wait, I already said that. Okay, so here you go, you guys. Are you ready to sing the prayer? You're leading it. They're going to sing along. You don't have to sing alone. We discussed this already. Do you remember that? People. Thanks for coming. Dan, ready?
Crank it up, DJ KS.
Things on the mountain, yeah. I praise within the sky, praise when I'm high. I praise when I'm hungry, praise when it's surrounded. Let's praise when it's the water, hallelujah, try. That's why it is I'm breathing. I have a reason to praise the Lord, oh my soul. I'm so I praise when I feel it, and I praise when I don't. I praise 'cause I know you're still in control. 'Cause my praise is a weapon, it's a weapon, it's not. Oh, it's not. My praise is a strike that brings Jericho down. As long as I'm breathing, I got no reason to praise you. I'm so good, Feel grateful, come on. Praise cause you're sovereign, praise cause you reign, praise cause you're undefeated and great. I can tell that you're faithful, praise cause you're true, praise cause it's mighty greater than you are. Praise cause you're sovereign, praise cause you reign, praise cause you're undefeated and great. I praise cause you're faithful, I praise cause you're true, praise cause it's mighty greater than you are. Oh, my
Thanks for making my dreams come true. This has been awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. And I know that Pam and Cindy and Stacy are going to be doing the event right after this. And otherwise, some of you are going to be staying for it. Some of you are not. We know you have the party to go to and everything. But thank you. Thank you. I'm a grateful heart. Thank you.
It's time to celebrate our final debuting National Sales Director Emeritus. Lisa Madson began her Mary Kay journey in 1986, debuting as a sales director in May of 1988. She debuted as an independent senior national sales director in 2000 from the Mary Diem area.
Her highest career highlights as a national sales director include earning over $16 million in commissions since starting her business in 1986. In addition, she has been a member of the exclusive Inner Circle 25 times, including platinum level and a top 10 national nationwide 21 times. She is also proud to have Sue Ponko debut as a national sales director from her area.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senior National Sales Director Lisa Madson, escorted by her husband Dan.
Joining her on stage are her family members, as well as National Sales Directors Emeriti Mary Diem and Sue Ponko.
Now we'd like to recognize Lisa's area members for supporting their debuting emeritus. If you are in the Lisa Madson National area, please stand for a round of applause.
Now, before we hear from Lisa, we have some special recognition for her accomplishments this year. Lisa has earned a new $1 million status with over $17 million in commissions she's earned since starting her business in 1986. This ranks Lisa as the #1 U.S. National Sales Director in career earnings. Wow. Congratulations, Lisa, on this extraordinary accomplishment that crowns your remarkable career. Now, Lisa, we are so glad to have you join us on stage this afternoon. Will you please share some words with us?
Well, first off, Sue Ponko told me there was no money to be made in Mary Kay. Thanks a lot. Glad I didn't listen to you. As I stand here today, after 39 years with Mary Kay, I realize that 6 minutes can never fully capture a lifetime, but I hope it can capture my gratitude. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to Mary Kay Ash. Thank you for your vision, your courage, and your work ethic. Thank you for building a company grounded in values, God first, family second, career third. Those values didn't just shape a business, they shaped my life and lives of countless others. Thank you to the Rogers family for stewarding that vision for nearly 63 years and for continuing to lead it forward today under the leadership of Ryan Rogers. I am deeply grateful. Above all, I thank God. I believe with my whole heart that his hand has been on this company and on this opportunity and on my life. None of it would have been possible without his guidance, his protection, and his blessing. I want to thank my sister national sales directors, both active and emeriti. You have been more than peers. You have been collaborators, confidants, and dear friends. Your brilliance and generosity have inspired me for decades. Mary Kay Ash called us her daughters and entrusted us to keep her dream alive. The torch has been passed, and I know with confidence that you will carry it forward with excellence. To my national area, and to Sue Ponko and your area, you were my joy. You were my joy. You motivated me. You lifted me. You challenged me. And you made this journey unforgettable. We didn't just build businesses. We built lives, families, and friendships that will last forever. You are not just my business associates. You are my forever friends. And I love you. Thank you to my first national sales director, Arlene Linares, and to my second national sales director, Mary Diem, who is here today. You both taught me so much and were my biggest encouragers. To my husband, Dan, when I signed my agreement, he said, "You can do it. Don't expect any help from me." Well, he helped in every way that mattered. He stood by me. He believed in me. He loved my people. He loved my business and my national area as much as I did. He was an extraordinary father to our children, and because of that, I worked with zero guilt and total joy. He cheered, cooked, made videos for my winners, celebrated victories, and made this journey richer than I could have ever imagined. I could not have done this without you, and I am endlessly grateful. To my children, Jonathan, wave, Rachel, and Kyle, you were the reason I signed my agreement. Rachel was 3, Jonathan was 1, and Kyle was born during my DIQ. You didn't just grow up with Mary Kay. You grew up in Mary Kay. You stood on stage with me when my unit was #1. When I debuted as a national, you shared the journey with me. You have always been my why, always. It's a dream come true to have you and every family member on this stage with me here. Kyle and Leanna, watching you raise Nora, Grace, and now baby Brooks has been one of my greatest joys. You parent with shared values, shared vision, and a whole lot of love. Jonathan and Georgie, you are partners in every sense of the word. Your family exists because of Mary Kay, and Sophie, Gianna, and Elia are living proof that this opportunity creates legacies beyond imagination. And Rachel, what a gift it has been to watch you step fully into leadership. Gifting you my unit was one of the greatest honors of my life. You have earned every success because you have worked with my unit for years. Rachel and Jake, I love how you laugh together. You are a true team, united in your values, and the way you are raising Mac and June. Boys, I know that you are your mom's biggest fans, and she is working hard for you. You have an extraordinary future ahead. My entire family, every single one of you, has truly been my wife back then and today. I love each one of you. And finally, this company didn't just change my past, it changed my life. I signed my agreement at 26 years old. We did, and literally grew up to here. That young woman had no idea where this yes would lead. She only knew she wanted a better life for her family. Looking back now, I can say with certainty, this journey exceeded every dream I could have imagined. I learned how to dream, how to lead, how to work hard, how to believe, and how to serve. What gives me peace as I step into this new season is knowing that the Mary Kay dream is alive and well. It lives in the women in this room, in the leaders rising today, and in the generations who will say yes next, just as I once did. If I leave you with one final thought, it's this. Saying yes to Mary Kay was one of the best decisions of my life, and everything beautiful that followed came from that single decision. Thank you for the memories, the friendships, the faith, and the legacy. I will be forever grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Please join me in honoring brand new, independent, Senior National Sales Director Emeritus, Lisa Madson, with another standing ovation as she leaves our stage.
Wow.